Woman is a very beautiful creation who is the beauty of life. This world has colors just because of woman. She's very caring and loving as a mother, as a daughter, as a sister, as a wife, and as a friend. A woman cannot be defined in a few words because she is a complete book of life, which explains the every color of life. A woman sacrifices her whole life for her family, works from day to night for the support of her family, and spends her whole life for others. A woman cannot be defeated if she stands against something. If she is stubborn, then she can pass through every trouble, but do not give up. A collection of sacrifice, love, care, mystery, stubbornness, fun, tears, grace, and beauty is called a woman. Here at the Word of Life International Church, we have a very diverse and culturally distinct group of women from all over the world. Beginning with Barbados. Situated between the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, Barbados is one of the wealthiest and most developed countries in the Eastern Caribbean. Women from Barbados are known for their politeness and civility. Bayesian women have experienced a conjunction of good job opportunities and increased educational levels. Because of this, Bayesian women have since entered many job markets once dominated by men. For example, women held 10 of 49 seats in the parliament in 1999. Democratic Republic of the Congo. This country is located in Central Africa, officially known as the Democratic Republic of Congo. In the DRC, women are largely responsible for agricultural production and completely responsible for all domestic work. However, amid the horrors of war, rape, disease, and displacement that have ravaged the country for more than a decade, women are seeking to rebuild their lives and now have a range of opportunities for support. The new constitution adopted in 2005 commits itself to improving the representation of women in all levels of government, and while proportionately there are female elected officials in the DRC. Ghana. Ghana, formerly the British colony of the Gold Coast, assumes a special prominence as the first African country to acquire independence from European rule. Ghana is located on the west coast of Africa, approximately midway between Senegal and Cameroon. Gender division varies across different ethnic groups. Women will work on their husband's farm, but will also farm their own farms. Women had considerable economic and political powers, which derived in part from their ability to control their own income and property without male oversight. Jamaica is a beautiful island paradise located in the Western Caribbean or the West Indies. The island is 90 miles south of Cuba and 110 miles west of Haiti. Family is one of the most important in Jamaica. Jamaican women have become far more empowered and independent in recent years. Women in Jamaica play football, they cook, they hold professional degrees, and they tackle tasks that men usually do while still taking care of a family at home. Kenya is located in East Africa. Kenya made the most improvements in gender equality laws for improvement of women's situation between the years of 2009 and 2011 than any other country in the world. The new 2010 Constitution specifically gave women the same legal rights as men to land, court cases, inheritance, nationality, and freedom of movement. Kenyan women are said to have double work days. They work twice as hard as men. Kenya recognizes the important roles that women play in the economy and took specific steps to accelerate and project women's involvement. Nigeria is located on the western coast of Africa. Modern Nigerian woman has the ability to work as a modern-day man can. She has the potential to get involved in jobs that a modern-day man would do. She does not need to produce children to have value, especially in this overpopulated world. She can understand political disclosure and has economic power, and therefore there is no need for society to keep her socially dominated. The Philippines, located in the western Pacific Ocean. It's an island country of Southeast Asia. The Philippines is described to be a nation of strong women who directly and indirectly run the family unit, business, and government agencies. Although they generally define themselves in a male-dominated society, Filipino women live in a culture that is focused on the community, with the family as the main unit of society. Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad is the larger and more populous of the two major islands of Trinidad and Tobago. The island lies 10 kilometers off the northeastern coast of Venezuela. Women in Trinidad and Tobago excel in various industries and occupations, including being business owners, lawyers, judges, politicians, civil servants, journalists, and calypsonians. Women still dominate the fields of all sorts of different industries. Women in Trinidad generally enjoy the same legal rights as men. In 2016, Trinidad and Tobago ranked the 91st in the world out of 114 countries in wage equality between men and women. The USA. Women in the United States have made significant strides towards closing the gaps that have kept them from achieving equality with men. It is clear that women in America enjoy much more personal freedom and independence than women in many other parts of the world. This freedom is something we hold dear and one of the things that define contemporary American culture. Though they are not always the main characters of the Bible, women play an essential role in the biblical narrative. And in my opinion, these are some of the most important women. Mary Magdalene. In terms of importance, Mary Magdalene plays a small but strong role in the Bible. She was present at Jesus' crucifixion and was one of the first to learn of Christ's resurrection. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is one of the most and best known women in the New Testament. She appears repeatedly throughout the New Testament and was almost certainly the most important woman in Christ's life. Without her, Jesus would have never been born. Esther. Esther was the adopted daughter of Mordecai and became the queen of Persia. After her marriage, she discovered that Haman was planning to exterminate the Jews. Esther risked her life to convince the king, who did not know she was a Jew, to spare her people. Without her, the Jews might have been wiped out in ancient Persia. and the New Testament might have never been here. Sarah was the mother of the entire Jewish people. Without her, the biblical story would have never happened. There would have been no covenant, no Israelite people, no prophets, and no Jesus. She's not given too much attention even in her own story, but Sarah is the reason that the rest of the Bible took place. She is the one to whom God gave one of his earliest miracles, a child in old age. Without that miracle, the people of Israel never come to exist, and neither does Christianity or any of the cultural and ethical advances that came from the Judeo-Christian worldview. Last but not least, Eve. Without her, humanity simply would not exist. Women made their mark on biblical history in so many ways. Some left behind a powerful legacy of redemption. Regardless of which it is, there's no denying that without these women, the Bible would not have been what it is today. There's so many strong women in the Bible who depended on God more than themselves. Some had to put themselves in harm's way. Others broke tradition to do the right thing. Their deeds, always guided by God, and are recorded in the Bible for all to read and to be inspired by. There's so many amazing women who inspire us. We should pray for these women to be our role models, to encourage us to step out in faith, to be godly leaders in every way possible. I believe that women are the backbone of our society and the solution to many of our pressing social and environmental problems. We just need to give more women the tools and resources to level the playing field to succeed. As the famous saying goes, here's to strong women. May we know them, may we be them, may we raise them. God bless you.